Hey everyone, it's Glaive of Hitbox Gaming, and have I got a hybrid build for you. Tank and skill build all rolled into one. It's easy to learn, easy to use. I'm going to walk you through it. Just sit back and relax. This is the Liberty Hive in under 5. With this being a skill build, you will be running Technician, so you can pick up the +1 skill tier, the plus 10% skill damage, and the paramods that are going to go on your first skill, the Stinger Hive, and it is just nasty. Hitting for over 2 million when I have the Harmony Rifle out, and still hitting for 1.7 million when I have my second skill out, which is the Bulwark Shield. And that's my personal preference because most of the time I am running tank in my clan, and it just allows me to be mobile, it allows me to be survivable, and it allows me to be the bullet sponge of the group, and it is just effective. So the first weapon in this build is the Harmony Rifle, and you're using it for the perfectly in sync talent. When you open the engagement, you're going to throw your hive, and it's going to give you a 20% weapon damage bonus. And then when you shoot an enemy, you're going to get a 20% skill damage bonus, and those damage bonuses are doubled while both buffs are active. And normally when you throw your hive out, the enemies will scatter and run, and when a hive charge hits them, it'll stun them for a second. So you get roughly 3 to 5 seconds of this increased damage bonus before you start receiving incoming fire. Once you start receiving incoming fire, you are going to pop your second skill, which is the Bulwark Shield, to absorb all that incoming damage, and you're going to pair it with the Liberty Pistol for that Liberty or Death talent. So while you're using your Liberty Pistol, every body shot is increasing your weapon damage by 2%, and it stacks up to 30 times for a total of 60% damage increase. If your shield starts getting low, you can pop a headshot and consume every stack for 3% per stack for a total of a 90% repair on your shield in one shot. At this point, you're just going to rinse and repeat until all the enemies are dead and you need to move on. As for armor in this build, you're going to start off with the Punch Drunk Mask, so you get the 20% pistol damage from the Douglas and Harding set, and the 20% headshot damage that comes on at standard. On your back, you're going to use the named force multiplier for the perfect combined arms talent, which will give you a 30% skill damage bonus anytime you shoot an enemy, and then you will pair it with the Hannah U knee savers, so you get the 2-piece Hannah U skill damage and skill haste bonuses. On your hands, you're going to use the BTSU Data Gloves for the Transference Overclock talent. It will give you a 90% skill haste bonus at skill tier 6. I've watched my hive go from 0 to 14 charges in under 15 seconds. In the holster slot, we are using Claws Out. It gives us a 1-piece Wyvern Wear of 10% skill damage bonus. It also gives us a 10% pistol damage and 500% melee damage bonus. I have hit people for over 1 million while using this holster. In the chest slot, we are using a Providence Defense piece for the 15% headshot damage bonus, and we are using the Kinetic Momentum talent on it because your shield and your hive are almost always active or not on cooldown. It's pretty much a guaranteed 30% skill damage increase. Now, if you guys find this build a little bit too slow or not quite enough drama for your taste and playstyle, you can swap out the chest with the named version, the Sacrifice. You'll lose the Kinetic Momentum talent, but you're going to pick up Perfect Glass Cannon. So your hive's going to continue hitting just as hard as it always has, but your pistol's going to get a 30% damage boost. I've had the Liberty hit for 2.5 million on headshots, but that 60% increased damage you take from the Glass Cannon talent makes you really squishy when you get flanked. All in all, I really love this build. It fits my play style, it's versatile, it's exciting. I get to go toe to toe in melee with the heavies. I can swap in different skills if the situation calls for it. And depending on what mission we run, I can even compete on the leaderboard for most damage. Well, that's the build. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you. Any way I can adjust this build to make it even more sick, please let me know what you think. I'm about out of time. I'm Glaive. This is Hitbox Gaming. Later.